I did one yesterday and you all enjoyed it. Today's topic, I would like to talk about school fights and SEA results, you guys. Well, basically, primary school, secondary school is what I'll be talking about. And I'm going to be speaking on my experience as well, because it's that time of the year when parents already got their essay results, and people will be awaiting their CSEC exams results as well. And it's a time where parents are happy, parents are sad, children, honestly speaking, children in a state where some will be happy, yeah, I got my first choice, second choice, some will be sad, and there will be some who don't even care, like, I write that and whatever the results is. And I like to shout out the children who actually watch my YouTube channel. Shout out to y'all. Y'all just did something important and y'all are entering the next journey of your life into secondary school. So shout out to y'all. School. And this, I don't really want, I was going to say school is important, but I wanted to discuss so many things in this short life that I'll be doing, because some people say school is for fools, some say all type of things about school, but I would like to rewind back to when I was in school, right? So I actually went to La Hokata South Government Primary School. Yes, as most of you all know, I was born and raised in La Hokata. I went to school in Lockett South. But when I went into Standard 4, they decided that they're going to join all the classes together as one. So that meant Mr. Tinson class, Mr. Martino class, Miss Gilgrill class, the three classes became one class. And the trick that these teachers had was we're going to pin them together and challenge them. So two classroom became one. When I say two classroom, I mean the physical space of two classroom. As you remember, a long time we have the wooden desk, and then the space, the board in the middle of it, the section of the classroom. They decided that they're going to separate that, and we would have sat down in class based on how we perform in our test results. So maths was out of 100, English was out of 100, and creative writing was out of 20. And the overall score is how you will sit down in the classroom. So back to the essay results now. Most people will look at it as though the children, though their child didn't get a good score, a high score, and those type of things. But we as adults, we as parents have to remember that for the past 2 years, we have been living in a pandemic. Hi, Sophia. We have been living in a pandemic, and due to the pandemic, it brought out the best and the worst of us. And we as adults were under stress and pressure. Last year, you guys, I hated working from home. The only good part about working from home is that I was close to my family and I could have spent time with my children, but I was not able to set aside the time to say, this time is work. At times I was doing assignments 2, 3 o'clock in the morning. So if that is what we went through as adults, far less for our children. So let me go back in time now, back to when I was in school. So you guys, I was in class. I was never a student, a B student, or even a C student. I never used to perform good in my work at all. I used to always be scraping through. And I could remember back in standard 1, y'all, my mom used to try to get me to do the IBG phonics program and all those type of things. Oh, you know how much I hear that song? A, E, I, O, U, and all them cassette, and when it done, they play it over and they rewind it. I used to have to listen to that 2 times a day all year. My childhood with that, it was like, Lord, I happy I wasn't in the JJ and Friends period, but if I was, probably I'd enjoy the JJ and Friends more than the IBG phonics program. Any of your parents out there remember that? So yeah, that time all didn't even work for me all year. And that was one of the reasons why I didn't really like English growing up. English was never my strong field because I was turned off by the IBG. So went on now to form forward our settings as I described with the class section of, and you're sitting by how you perform. So you'll form standard 4 doing exams. 10 in maths, 12 in maths, 14 in maths, 20 in English, 5, 6 in creative writing. Them was my scores, and I was watching it. And I was like, way boy. And back in primary school, I was wild. I was red skin, thin and ugly. The girls didn't like me at all back then. I wasn't so handsome. So I was like, I have nothing going for me. I'm not good looking. I'm not smart. None of the above. And I said to myself, well, Jacob, I want to pass for a good school. And in order for you to pass for a good school, you need to apply yourself. And this wasn't in standard 4, this was in standard 5. September, October, November, I sat down and I spoke to myself. And within those couple of months until exams the following year, I started to get my grades up. My maths started to go from 20 something percent to 30 something percent to 40 something percent. My English started to go up from 30% to 40% to 50%. And that was because I spoke to myself and I was seeing which part I was sitting in the class. And that was the vision that the teachers had to show you, hey, you're doing bad, you know. But you can't sit down with your friends unless you and your friends on the same bracket. Then all they will sit down in the back of the class. Them in the back there. People who gain 15%, them in front, 20%, 30%. And that is what the vision those teachers had for us. Sit, which part you're performing. You want to be in front of the class, you want to see the board, do your work, you'll get to move up, y'all. And I had to sit down and talk to myself and say, Jacob, you need to pass for a good school, Jacob. And only I want to say something, but I don't want it to be interpreted as bad. But back then, certain schools you knew for a fact were junior sex, and the people who actually went to those schools, they wasn't smart, they wasn't top of the line children. So certain, I ain't go call no names, certain junior sex were wearing purple pants and those type of things. You know, hey, it's only shepherd children passing for day. And that had to motivate you to let you know, hey, you have to push. Don't guess no school and tongue them thing. I from the east, so whoever think about what area I from the east, right? Or you can leave all the comments below because this is a live chat and right now we have 4 people on the live. So that pushed me all. And when I got my SEA results, I was able to score, I believe, 14 out of 20 in creative writing. My math score was about 71% in maths and 69% in English. So I was able to bring my scores from 20% and below to 60%, y'all, and up, because I know where I sat in my class and who's the people in that section with me, and I was able to work and push myself to get better grades. And I passed for none of my choices. Back then we had 6 choices, and my choices were, I think, Eldo Blue or Eldo Brown, Bon Air, hi Miss Susie, Bon Air, school, because I wanted a school. I was living Bon Air, West Aruka at the time as well. I was going Locketa because my grandmom was from Locketa and I was living Bon Air, West Aruka. So I wanted to go schools close to the neighborhood. And I didn't get none of my choices. I got a Rima North Secondary School. And I was able to talk to my teacher about it, Mr. Martino, and he was like, Jacob, that is a good school. That is the secondary school I went to. And that was like, I still don't know what school it is. And I was like, okay, I will go to this school. But yo, with that being said, if I had to relive that in a pandemic, what I was able to do, hi Camille, I understand the grading system over here. Yes, I basically couldn't accomplish that. I would have never been able to go from scoring 20% and 30% in SEA practice tests to being able to score 60% and 70 if I didn't commit to myself and be in school early, because it had days we had to reach school 7 o'clock in the morning to start doing work here earlier. And I come in from Aruka, Bonia West. My father was dropping me off on the highway by Bhagwan Singh, and I had to stand up on that little platform there to catch a maxi going slow to go to Hocketa or the standard 5, dropping out there, taking a maxi to go Locketa to drop out and walk in by the school 7 o'clock in the morning every morning. That was my journey to school. And If I had to do that in a pandemic, you really think I'd be home and be like, boy, watch this tablet, get better grades? No, I would not have been. So, for parents out here who children didn't perform good and those who children perform good, the last 2 years is nothing to judge your child by and say, boy, think. Try and cope with your child and try to bring them back to a stage where they feel comfortable. Because I also have a little brother, y'all, and he just finished um, Form 3 and he's going to Form 4, but I'll talk about that a little later in the vlog, right? When I entered secondary school, now secondary school was new to me. I had to change my ways. I was wild, I was this, I was that, all kind of thing. And back then I had a hot mouth, so everything I think I say through my mouth and them kind of thing. So me and people used to fall out. I used to get in a fight every 2 weeks. I probably in a fight or altercation in school. And it had this one instance. I got into a fight with a fella. We fought right in front of the school. He fell down on the ground. He came back and rushed me about 2, 3 times, y'all. And we fight. And then I get fed up. I picked up an object and I actually stabbed him in the middle of his hand, y'all. And that that experience actually changed my life because he got stabbed, end up in police station, all kind of thing was said from my mother, his mom, those type of things. Me and the guy, yeah. So I was one of them trained in school fights. You wouldn't believe that, yeah. And I was one of those who pulled out a weapon, not no serious weapon, a blasted umbrella. I broke my umbrella though. And it stuck in his hand. And I went to the police station because the mother wanted to press charges. And the person in the station there is because he knew my grandfather, because my grandfather was an inspector and those type of things, and he was explaining to the mom that, oh, I missed that comment. Well, he explained to the mom that if we have to press charges for Jacob wounding your son, we also have to press charges towards your child as well, because fighting is a crime. So both of us fought, so both of us will be proceeding charges. And then my life flashed before my life. Boy, you're red skin, you want to go YTC, how that going and be ting. So at that moment in my life, I learned that fighting is only for self-defense and do not raise your hand first. So that was one of the things I learned. Me and that individual is good friends to this day. We just still talk when we see each other. Both of us came from a rough background, those type of things, and you live, you learn, and you grow. We don't pass each other straight. That is my boy. Anytime he see me anyway, he heal me out. But I needed to go through that experience because that experience helped grow me and develop me. I also had a principal back then named Mr. Sam. Anybody from Compre will remember Mr. Sam. For many years, Mr. Sam was the vice principal, y'all. And Mr. Sam, he didn't believe in suspending people. He gave in trouble, take 2, 3 days home, go home, talk to your parents, let your parents come in school and talk to you. Because I could have been one of those statistics if it wasn't for the teachers and the people who I had surrounding me. In the chit chat video I spoke yesterday, I told you all about how I studied occupational health and safety. You all know that same police officer from that incident when I was in Form 1 was also my lecturer in Cipriani Labor College when I was doing health and safety. So this man had a way to impact my life when I was in secondary school in Form 1 when I didn't know better, and talk to me in a police station, and 5 years later be able to teach me and see that I made a 180 turnaround from the life I was going down. That is just to show you, right? A child who somebody will say, hey, Jacob, what's miserable? That times my mother tell me things I do as a child, and I was like, yeah, boy, that really sound like some shit I would have do when I was small. So, yeah, have patience with your child. Remember that. Because if you're not going to have patience with your child, how are you going to expect somebody else to love your child, to have patience with your child? Remember that, eh? And in my early days in secondary school, I had a lovely teacher named Miss Joy Valdez. Up till last week, I passed by her house to check her with them girls, but she wasn't home, y'all. That was a teacher. She saw me for who I was, and she just fell in love with me. And she was like, Jacob, you're going to be great. You're going to do great things in your life. And I was watching this woman like, what is someone seeing me, right? Like, miss, you know here how much trouble I give on this stupidness I doing. I recently saw a video of me on Facebook, y'all, when I was in like Form 3 and Miss teaching in the front of the class and she talking to Action. And I in the back of the class like, hmm. Yeah, I do all them stupidness and I said, wait, boy, look at Jacob. Now, I was like, and in the comment like 6 or 7 years ago, I commented, I said, I put RIP, boy. Rest in peace, Jacob. I'm glad he's not around no more. I'm a changed person, but when I see how I was back then, I was like, wow, look at how I turned out. And if it had, well, everybody who spoke to me back then know my life story and know how I changed around. But trouble. But if there's one thing I would tell you, I was never a disrespectful child. Nobody could say that Jacob cuss them and tell them with big stone and this and that. No, I never do that. I do wildness, I do stupidness, but I was never a disrespectful individual. So I went through Form 1 to Form 3. Went up in Form 4 now. But in Form 2 and Form 3 I used to be exercising and those type of things. Lifting weights and those type of things. The boy was always into fitness. I still have my guns there from when I was in the gym. And then in Form 4, I got into a next altercation. This was the second, well, not the second one, the second one that I ended up in the principal office with that was serious. And I remember what I learned in the first incident. Back then, you to remember the Nokia 1600? I had one of those phones, and this guy took that phone and decided that he going to thief my phone, this, that, the other. Jacob is not no bully. Jacob cool, collective, talking to everybody, those type of things. They're gonna tell me, so take your phone. I sitting down. I said, excuse. The teacher wasn't taking one because I was trying. She missed somebody take my phone, thing. I was always told right. So I had a silver ring on my hand with my moonstone. Take it off my finger, rest it on the table. Walk up to the guy. Excuse me, can I get back my phone, please? Excuse me, can I get back my phone, please? Excuse me, I said it about 5-6 times. The guy then proceeded to push me in my chest so many times that I actually got pushed back from the back of the class straight to the front of the class, y'all. And the reason why I placed down my ring and also my pencil and pen is because I remember the incident when I was in Form 1 and I don't want nobody to say Jacob pick up a weapon and the boy pushed me so much time. All I did, y'all, one right hand across his forehead, one lash, knock out on the ground. He needed to get about 3-4 stitches in his head. But the amazing thing is that as soon as he get up, he take his hand in, put his hand in the pocket and take out my cell phone and hand me. Went into the principal office, did not get suspended, I believe, because it was self-defense. And his mother wanted to press charges. Mother wanted to know what I stabbed him with, the damage he had, everything. The teacher could have testified and said that Jacob didn't have anything in his hands. She was aware what was going on, but she didn't think it was serious. And next time I was in a school fight where there was an incident that somebody had was damaged. So two incidents like that. If I didn't do the story time yet, you would have believed I was in any fight in secondary school. Let me see if there's any comments coming in. No. Johnny didn't finish school. Johnny's 15. He just went into standard Form 4. He went up into Form 4. So yeah. And that was the last time I was in any school fight. And after that, well, my classmates always know I was in gym lifting weights, so nobody in my class ever wanted to play fighting games with me or hitting games with me. I always had my respect for that. Nobody wanted to fight with me. Also, I was from La Hocata, and back then the school was populated with children from Maloney or Locketa, so it would have had times that people from Maloney, one individual, he passed away, he wanted to fight with me, and I just watched him like, okay, because he thought he was a footballer and he bad, he like rocking with the Lockett and the Maloney team and them kind of thing. And the fellows who knew me just know like, one, if you fight with Jacob, we're not even jumping in because Jacob is we partner every afternoon. We home sweating with Jacob. Two, nobody does want to play fight with Jacob because Jacob big and strong. And y'all, I was a statistic. Oi, on a live right now. I find this underneath the box and I received it fair, right? I know if you didn't lose it over here.
Can say so.
Right. So nobody ever wanted to mess with me because I was who I am. A big, strong fella who was funny, cool, chill to lime around, never bullied, harassed, torture anybody or anything like that. When people saw me, they were actually happy to run and talk to me. But y'all, it could have been different. I could have been in YTC in Form 1. For those who know joining the live, when it ends, you'll be able to start over and hear the story from start, from SCA straight to Form 5. So, hey, tuning out and about, hi. I'm just talking about my school experience from primary school SCA straight until Form 5. So, I went on now, and in Form 4 now, I had gotten maths, English, social studies, integrated science, technical drawing, and auto mechanics as the subjects I was going to do. And I wanted to be a fire officer, by the way, because I said that in the last video from yesterday, because I know what I wanted to do. I actually met with a guidance officer in secondary school. Miss Gentle was her name. I don't know what school she went to after, but I advise parents to take their child to a guidance officer. They have a quiz that they do, or even you as an adult, you could do it, and that will tell you your personality style and what you'll be good at. And when I did that test, I saw that I would have actually be good in sales or the protective service. And that test was actually good because for many years I ran my own business and I was incredible in sales. And that is where I was like, what protective service I want to join? Fire service, boy. I go get to see girls sliding down the pole and I have a bed to sleep in because I like to sleep. That's how I was thinking. Police, me want nobody shooting after me. Army, I can't take nobody shouting up at me. Them thing type of thing. That would trip me off. Coast Guard, I really like that short pants play. And believe it or not, I actually applied for every single service. And I'm glad it didn't work out because look at where am I today. So I did that quiz and that quiz was wonderful. So you have a teenage child or a child in primary school, find out about what guidance officer is available to you and ask them about the tests and quiz that they could do with your children to see their potential and what field they'll be good in. So by me doing that, what about the prison service? Well, let's just say I did prison service, but I didn't want it to be in the prison service. One of my family members is a high-ranking member of the prison service, and I did not want it to be a part of that. So I was like, prisons is a no-no. But shout out to my cousins and them. I have 2 cousins in prison service right now underneath me, and there's like, Jacob, why didn't come? When I did the vlog Carrera Prison Island, they were actually on the island there for me in Trinidad, and they're like, Jacob, how are you just walking about here normal? I was like, B, because I don't want to work prisons, but I can visit prisons any day. Let me see the comments. Hey Jacob, guidance counselor in schools now. I wonder if they do that with them. Yes, most likely they will still be doing those things. They have guidance officers in school and also safety officers as well. So that is really something for you all to check out. But I watched the subjects that I was given, and I was only given 5 CXC subjects, and I was able to say to myself, Jacob, in Form 4 you didn't have a maths teacher, you need to pass maths. Jacob, you need 3 subjects to enter the fire service: maths, English, and a science. I met with a guy named Gomez or something. I can't remember his exact name at this moment, but he was a fire officer stationed in Arima fire station. I went, I did my inquiries, I spoke to him, I found out about the auxiliary service and all of those things, preparing myself to join the fire service to do health and safety. Let me keep up with these comments. Nice, nice, nice. So I I did all my investigations to find out about how to go down that line. And I was like, hey, I am going to I am going to get my 3 subjects and I'm going to become a fire officer. So I didn't have a maths teacher at all. Me and the vice principal and I, sorry, was real good. The vice principal and that at that time was Miss Harris. And I used to go in the vice principal office 2, 3 times to the week, chill in the office. That was my girl. That was actually my maths teacher in Form 1, 2, and 3. And in Form 4, she became the vice principal with Mr. Harvey Murray. Mr. Harry Murray was my boy and all. For some reason, he had a slight resemblance to Larry Joseph. So most of the children used to be laughing and giggling because we principal looked like Larry Joseph, and it was true. He had a very close resemblance. But y'all, I didn't have a math teacher, and I know for sure I wasn't going to pass technical drawing because all if he gave me 2 rulers and I put it next to each other, so I still can't draw a straight line. So I spoke to the vice principal and I was like, Miss, hear this now. You know I like drama. I want to do drama. Yeah, she, but Jacob, how you going to do drama and you're doing all these subjects? I said, Miss, first thing first, I fed up telling you. My auto mechanic teacher, he don't come to school and teach me. When he there, he just tell me open the book and read. And majority of the times, he have a 7-seater, so he walk in taxi. I can't take that, Miss. I want to try to get my 5 subjects. I study myself. She said, okay, go and talk to Mr. Frederick. Mr. Frederick and Miss Valdez was good. Miss Valdez, my Form 1 teacher, used to teach me English, literature, and theater arts. And I was able to speak to Mr. Frederick, and he was like, Jacob, you're not in my class, ting. And I did theater arts, y'all. And I went through, I started going Monday morning, first, second, and third period as auto, and not day. I go in theater arts and doing theater arts. And I did that. In Form 5 now, no maths teacher. Then we got this guy, I forget his name, Mr. Gooden, Mr. Rennie Gooden. And I was like, Mr. Gooden, he's not a good teacher, you know, I don't really understand. Plain talk bad manners, I'm not disrespectful. I was like, Mr. Gooden, he's not a good teacher, I don't really like what you're doing and them kind of thing. And plus, you're supposed to be teaching me 2 times a week. I see you once a week and them kind of things. So this relationship not working out. So I seek my best interest. My social studies teacher used to tell me, Jacob, you too smart, you know, you too smart for your own good. You go past social studies, just come out my class. And then I went to fight it. I was like, Miss, I'm going and beat up. And I said to myself, I am going to sign up for CXC in January and do my thing. I spoke to a teacher called Miss Pinda Edwards. She was the best maths teacher in Compre at the time. I don't know if she's still teaching. And I was like, Miss, I want to do maths. And at that same time, Miss Harris knew what was going on. So she placed her as the maths teacher for us because I was always in the principal office and those type of things. And she was like, Jacob, I go organize so I go get a teacher. So I appreciated that. But when I went to Miss Harris in September, she was like, Jacob, I have one rule though. I do not teach children that I am teaching maths to in school lessons on an afternoon or a weekend. I was like, okay, no problem, Miss, I understand. And she watched my here, I'll make an exception for you. And y'all, I did lessons with Miss Pender September, October, November. I wrote maths in January, and that 3 months of having a teacher, I was able to pass maths with a 3, you guys. Not having a teacher in the whole of Form 4. And my joke was, Miss, I seen a pattern, I understand this, I doing that. And Miss used to be smiling. 2-3 years later, Miss Kunda done talk about me. When I met her, she was like, Jacob, I want to name an award after you because what you were able to accomplish in 3 months with no teacher, and you was determined to get maths done. So you see, Oli, from a troubled beginning to a student remembered, as to a student who they wanted to name an award after in secondary school. You do not know. 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 where your child will be 5 years from now, 10 years from now, but you cannot ill speak your child. It's your child. You have to lift up your child no matter how bad he or she is doing, because you do not know where your child will be down the line, and you don't want your child to have no negative or bad memory because you're. That's how my teacher was able to push me. That same social studies teacher, I used to tell my classmates and them, yeah, that's not, I know what's going on with me, I have a vision, I know why I'm going and be. I go on to join the fast service and I know the subjects. I need to get there. So you go in class. I got my results for January social studies. My results was BBB. I got a 2 in social studies. So I know that when time come around for July, August, all I need to acquire is English, integrated science, and English, integrated and theater arts. I also got back my results for English. I failed English with a 4, and I sat down and I revised it like, why boy, my mother paying money to send me lessons, this, that, the other. And I realized the problem was what I was learning and who I was learning it from. Because y'all are teaching me how to put the sky is as were blue and be descriptive and this and that. But I have spelling errors. I am not good in spelling in my schoolwork. So I decided that I will not be continuing that lessons. And my English teacher, Miss Price, I would have gone by her because she was offering lessons for the Easter vacation, and I was going after school and also the vacation, y'all. And that is how I was able to sit down and decided to write the sky is blue like the sea and be able to pass my English for CXC. All you want to hear about that integrated science? This is one of the reasons me and my little brother does always fall out. When I did integrated science, y'all, me and the teacher does really laugh about this. Up to this day, they ask a question. Name a other type of teeth except human teeth. I was like, sir, I don't know about that to nobody, so I put dog teeth. And now Jacob use a boy. You know what? Him not boy will get mark, because canine teeth. I was like, word boy, so. Then to the next question. We just call the bottom of the teeth. I was like, but sir, I wasn't sure about that to nobody, because you see this thing about teeth and thing, I'm not sure I put root. You know, Jacob is a real A, boy will get next mark for that. I was like, word boy, so. Then it had the last page now. Up to last night, me and the Shirley was talking about this. The last page now, they ask you about leaving your car by the beach and those type of things, what you should do when you reach back home. So I was like, that's normal. The sea will ask us cause rusting, so as soon as you go home, you want to wash your car, shampoo it and take care of it. Make sure you don't have any sand because it will cause corrosion and those type of things. Then when I come out of it, when you're done like CXC, you and your classmates that stand up and talk about the topics and those type of things, and they was like, I never see that question. I was like, so well, then turn the page after question 6. I was like, question 7 was easy. That was like 9 marks easy. Only plenty of these students didn't do that. My results for integrated science was a 2 as well. Somebody who put the answers, dog teeth, the root of the teeth, and these type of things was able to get a 2 in integrated science. And here the thing about the theater arts all here. The teacher had his own class who he was teaching theater arts for 2 years. You all know everybody in the class failed theater arts except Jacob. The student who did not belong in that class, who was coming on the Monday for 3 periods when he's supposed to be in auto mechanics, and on the Wednesday for 2 periods or 1 period, Jacob was the only child. The teacher didn't feel bad or anything, He was amazed. And then I actually became a legend in the school. Because when I went back to visit, because I used to always go back home to visit, he was like, this is Jacob, the child who did not have this on his syllabus. And the children in my class wanted to play the tail, you know what I want to say, play the tail and not pass it. All you need to be dedicated, all you need to take all your schoolwork seriously, because as easy as it is, it's easy for you to fail. I actually interviewed Errol Fabian for my thesis. I actually critiqued a play as well. Theater art was really a fun and lovely subject. Joshua is watching my live stream from Maloney Public Library, Public Prince. So yeah, that is what I was able to do, y'all. I was able to rake up my five subjects like that. Two in January and the next three in July, August, because I had a vision for myself, all based on this incident in Form 1, this altercation, all from meeting with this guidance officer and having a vision, something for me to work on. So that's why it's important to guide your child and push your child in a positive direction, y'all, in a positive direction. Because I could have been in YTC. At the start of the story, I could have been in YTC trying to do CXE in YTC. I could have give up on myself in Standard 5 because it had a pandemic and I was scoring 20 and 30% and I had been sent to serve all. And only want to know what I realized after I went through all of this in secondary school? That my mother used to tell me that you ain't doing good in school. I could pull you out of school. I could send you to do a trade. I learned that the secret of life is actually trades. That the man who doing trade actually making more money than you and me in the government office. How is that possible? Remember that. That is why, flash forward 2014, I actually went white up and studied electrical installation. And in 2017, I actually went and studied industrial welding because I wanted to help myself and I realized the importance of trades. So don't tell a child you're doing nonsense in school, you're not doing good. Go and do a trade. You're stupid. The smart ones is the trade man. Because when the trade man go out there and do a day work and make $500, when you have to sit down on your location or in your store or in your office and your salary is only 200 a day, 300 a day, because the average citizen makes about 140 to 160 a day. Remember the tradesman how they making 400-500 a day, right? Remember that. So when a child finish school or a child want to do a trade, encourage them to do a trade because trade is an answer. It feeds people, it clothes people. I did it for many years, you guys. Many years. So primary school to secondary school. Yep, yep. You are one of those who are self-motivated. Well, I had to be, I had to be because before I was 18, I was paying my light bill, my water bill, buying my own groceries. So I didn't have the opportunity to just sit down. I had to get up and get and motivate myself and push myself. Because if I didn't do that, I told you all that my first vacation, I started working in Dallas 2014, got permanent in 2015, and my first vacation probably was in 15, 16, 17, 18. 18 was probably, alright. 2018 was my first year taking vacation because I worked 3 years in Dallas without taking vacation. I accumulated over 3 months vacation before I went on leave. That is just how I push myself, work, save my days for later. And I did went on a nice 2 months vacation when I did that. So, what we learned today? Our children is the future. I have a little brother, and he didn't perform too good with with the um with the the marks that came back from Form 3. And I was telling initially with the marks that she told me that he got, because she and my mom was having a conversation about it yesterday. I said initially, I am not disappointed in Jonathan. Jonathan did exceptionally well. And she, why you say that? I was like, because I understand the school system more than most people understand it. Because as I said, I was able to pass CXE in 2-3 months. I was able to pass SCA in 4 months time and play the tail for the rest of my life. Because I told her, when you go in Form 1, you introduce her about 13 subjects. By the time you reach into Form 3, you are doing about 15 different subjects. You're doing raw chemistry, physics, science, biology, maths, English, PE, this, that, the other. And Form 3 is actually the hardest year. So, you see, when you have a child in Form 3, and the grades are not as good as it was in Form 1 and Form 2, that is not because they're not taking it serious. That is because the workload has increased and the amount of subjects has increased as well. You ever ask yourself how after you went from having 13 to 15 subjects, when it's time for CX, you're only doing 6, 7, or 8 subjects because you had to choose what you were good at. And it's designed to frustrate you. Form 3 is designed to frustrate you. I remember when I got my results for science in Form 3, I got about 42%. And my integrated science teacher, Mr. Debbie, he was like, Jacob, you're a good mark. One do that, but I think. I was like, so you think I'll get you because I really like integrated science. I got a 2 in integrated science, y'all. I barely study for the thing and I got a 2. I just always tell people if I used to apply myself, Kimberly Coach, I wouldn't be the only doctor. I would have been a doctor too. I just laugh about that. But I know myself. I couldn't take that. Let me check out the comments about how you finish. He will do well in life. Yes, he will. Yes, he will. Because that's what I told initially. I said initially, Jonathan is doing way better than how I used to perform in school. That is why I'm not worried about him. This boy getting 50, 60, 70, 80% in tests. I used to come home with the 20s and the 30s. I remember I used to do, I'm not even ashamed to say it on him. I remember I used to do Spanish. When I get 8 and 9 in tests, I used to be happy, Because in the back of that, I can pass 0 and I get 70, 80, 90 in my results, right? I used to hide my report book. I remember that at term, I forged my mother's signature. I forged my mother's signature in primary school. I was like, Mom, you can't see this report. Let me write your name. Vigil. And I carry it. You don't want the children to do that. You need to accept your children and push your children. Do not pound them. Children have feelings too. Children have emotions too as well. Remember, where your child is right now is just the location he is right now. It's not going to be their final destination. Remember that. Remember how much people left secondary school with 0 subjects and they went back and they get subjects. They went and studied to do degree and they are masters today. Remember that. Some people's journey was meant to be easy, some was meant to be quick. But everybody's journey is their journey. It's the path that they need to walk. Right? They need to walk. You are in this life with a mother and a father. You're not sure how you'd be around if you didn't have a father or you didn't have a mother. It have children who went through life without having either of their parents. It have children who don't write with their right hand, they just write with their left hand and they was teased their entire existence for that. Everybody's walk is different in life. It does not mean that you wouldn't be successful. Your speed is your speed, your pace is your pace. Johnny is a star in his own way. Yes, he is. I will tell Johnny hi for you. I think he's supposed to be there because Nesh wanted to talk to him today. So I'm supposed to see Johnny when I go home from work. But y'all, don't be disappointed in your children. Work with your children. Sometimes, imagine this, right? Imagine your child getting 50% in tests. And you're like, boy, I want to send you to lessons. Ting. And you spending your money, you saying I'm not doing work, you thinking you're doing schoolwork. And then the next term you get results and you see you get 35%. Don't think that you waste your money and that went down by 15% and you're losing. Ask yourself, way boy, you work get harder. It gets so difficult that he thinks dropping. As I tell Nashili yesterday, look at Jonathan's placement when he was in school. I say probably Form 1, he must be just getting 80% and 70% and he used to come 15th and 16th in the class. I say he have a lower percentage now. Mommy should check your report book and see if he in the top 10 in the class now, if he in the top 7, what is his placement, because that is how you will know. When we did CXC, we were told that if the highest score in CXC is 50, anybody who gets between 40 and 50%, that will be equivalent to 1. If you get 40%, 30 to 40%, that will be equivalent to 2, because they grade you with a system that is not casting goal. It's also based on the performance of the students. So your child only get 30%. Stop saying, "Way boy, think that not good, that not good." No, look at what is going on. Because I'm sure you all remember how you used to do when you used to put your best foot forward. I remember in Form 2, I used to be at the bottom of the house doing work from 4 to 6 o'clock every evening. Jacob, if you do this, we go buy away one for Christmas, this, that, the other. I get my result after one term, coming home every afternoon, sitting down underneath the house and doing my schoolwork, doing my homework, revising, and get my test results. And I get a D, and my results is 40, 30, 50. I say, no, me and game boy. If last time I didn't try and I get better than this and I try this too, and it works, and all they telling me what I do and if I study and understand that, I give up, so I lock off that. I lock off that in Form 2, Form 3 because I know that I put my best foot forward and my marks is not where it was. And my parents drive me to a stage that I was, if I can't meet your standards, you know what? Like, me even when I try because I put in my best foot and all they telling me that my marks bad, I decide that. I could be watching TV, but I try and I saw how they treating me and how they replying to me. So I wash my hands with that. I didn't even try. And then when I was in Form 5, one of the things that amazed me, and I always tell my mom that, you just turn around and tell people, watch how my son is today, watch how he turn out. And I just tell my mom, who I am today is because of me. As much as they assist me and those type of things, I was big. I was turning my own keys before I was 18. I was working jobs on weekends and whenever and vacation time to get money. I was on my own in Form 4. I was living with my grandmom, and whatever money I getting from you when the month come, I was rationing it to do my own thing to push me through school. My mom wasn't wrong to say, Jacob, you're living with me. I understand from a young age, my mom is who she is, and we needed space in our relationship because I was physically abused, mentally abused, and that was not healthy for me as a child. And I was scarred growing up, so I needed that space. And I glad I had that opportunity. I glad I had that safe space from my grandmom because my grandmom was a big part of my life. Because if I didn't have my grandmom to fall back on, and it was so hard for me because when I was in Form 4, my grandmom got sick. She had cancer. She was in the hospital. She spent months in her home before she died. And that could have been the sinking point for me because at one point I was like, I would drop out of school to take care of my grandmom. I was going up in Form 5 and I was like, yes, my grandmom was in a hospital in San Fernando. She from Marketer, her daughters live in San Fernando, and I actually had to work and on the Saturday, Sunday, go down to San Fernando Hospital and visit her, buy her the phone card, carry foods for her. That was me in Form 5 working for the Christmas vacation, getting $1,000 every month to buy groceries, to pay the light bill for the house, to pay the water bill, paying aside $60 every month for this, rationing my money to travel to school because I needed $400 to travel to school, travel with the PTSD bus to go to school. So my school days wasn't easy. My school days wasn't easy. My mom and I didn't have a perfect relationship. We did not have a perfect relationship. I remember at one point in my life I was going through some serious trauma. I remember lying down next to a gas tank and telling my mother, just drop the tank on my head. Just drop it because if this is what I have to go through living, I'd rather not be on this earth. I'd rather not be on this earth. And that is what I'm telling you all. Remember, your tongue, your mouth has power. And you want to see your children go big, don't don't be the reason why they go astray. Support them and love them. Instead of buffing them, sit down and talk to them about what you don't like. What you don't like. That is why I tell all you. I never had life easy. Never had life easy. And I needed to go through what I went through in life to be where I'm at today. Never had a father figure in my life. My biological father was a substance abuser. He was on the white lady before I was born. Nobody knew until after, not until he wasn't able to support his vice. So my entire life, I never had a father figure from my real father in my life. So, as I said, I could have been in YTC. I could have been some boy on the street gunned down. I am here today because I remember what my grandmom taught me. Be respectful to your elders. Treat everybody the same. Sell your panty, your bra in a bag to get the money to pay the bill. Third days I reach him as pak choy and rice. The long time these things was poor man food, you know. Saltfish and cow heel and those type of things. Right now, the times that we living in, the times that we working in, if we could afford saltfish, that is a big thing. Saltfish is like $30-40 for a pack of saltfish. So that is what I tell you all here. We need to realize that our children is the next generation. Because plenty parents and all believe that your children owe you something. Your children don't owe you anything in this life, you know. You have to remember that you brought them into this world. You have to take care of them. You have to provide for them, and you have to put your best foot forward. It's your child's decision when they become adult if you want to do something for them. If you want to do something for them, because you're when for those who join the live late, when I end the live, you'll be able to go back and hear my primary school story. You'll be able to hear the entire journey from primary school into secondary school. I never had it easy. When initially found out about how my life was, she was shocked. She was like, Jacob, you went through all of this as a child. And I actually think it's easier for me to do these stories in the form of a live so I could kind of interact with you all. Because on many occasions, years, about 2-3 years now, I actually film videos to post. And I was unable to post it because I was like, I ain't feeling to post it, I ain't feeling to share it and those type of things. But I have so much stories as well, and I am happy that I could do these little short story times and post it as a live so I could interact with you all. Anybody have any questions below? And I actually like to see all the comments because I had 12 people on the live right now, 9 likes, and I need to see some more comments. So let me give you all a second to ask a question because I know sometimes it does come up. Understand you a little better. Thanks for sharing. No problem, Godchild. Oh, God, spoil child. Hey. Yes. People who know me, they will say that I present myself as a positive person, and then some people who don't know me, they will say that they find I'm negative. And I just actually find that funny that sometimes people see me as positive, some people see me as negative. I I am someone who normally thinks within the box. I was trained in my life, in my circumstances, to know that things happen in a certain order and you need to do it in a certain order. And the reason why I think so is because I was wrong for thinking certain things before. Because we were never educated the right way. That's why I even made this statement earlier. School is for fools. Is it really so? Because the school system is designed for us to continue, go to school, get a good education, get a good job. That's not possible. When I was back in 2010, I thought when I left school I'd be making $5,000 a month, $6,000 a month. The population wasn't making $2,000 a month. Minimum wage was $10 an hour. What were we really taught? What were we teaching our children? When you left school, how much you thought minimum wage was, how much you thought your first salary was. And I have to do some more chit chat videos and things. Since Baby and Board series are telling you all about me doing videos like that. And at home, Nisha and I can't really do it like a live and those type of things because we don't have a proper internet connection at home. Our internet is really low, so we can't even attempt to do a live stream when we uploading videos at home. It takes a couple of hours. So that is why I'm unable to do lives with initially at home at the moment. My question is how did you go from not being in the job you describe to where you are working now, and do you think that you ever pursue my dream again? So I will actually give me 1 second.
Excuse you, you working tomorrow?
Yeah, who here tomorrow?
Chem said she will be coming.
Alright, so I plan on coming through.
You plan on coming?
Yeah, I plan on coming through.
Let's see.
You're coming too?
I'm too sure. I don't know.
If you're coming, let me know. You could come by me and I'll drop it to work. I'll bring it to work and drop it back.
Serious?
Yeah.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, so actually that is a really good question, and I want you to go on my channel and look yesterday, because yesterday I did a live where I actually talked about that. I talked about my journey from secondary school to working in Nallis up until 2017. So this video here, this actually describes me from primary school up until the age 18. And in that vlog that I did live yesterday, that video actually dealt with from adulthood straight until probably I did about from 18 to about 26 in that video I did on how me and Nish met, how we had kids and those type of things. So the live for yesterday, so it's like I know the video I did yesterday, and then I decided to do a next one today and go further back from primary school, secondary school to adulthood, because I know yesterday video was adulthood. That is literally the name of the title. So to answer your question, because I didn't fully answer the question, but I spoke about the journey yesterday. So what went on with me is that I did the health and safety and those type of things. And when I started working in Nallis, I realized, wait, this is not a job. This is actually a hobby. This is something that I enjoy doing. Reading to children, going to schools, storytelling, hosting programs, teaching children how to make kites, doing workshops. And you know what? While I am doing all of this, the organization that I'm working for is not making any money off of my back. I am not doing anything to enrich the organization that I'm working for. What I am doing is enriching people's life and people's mind. So I went from thinking about the fire service as a career, something that I wanted to do, but watch a little girl side on the pole, sleep on the bed when the day come. That was just me being on kicks and those type of things, and be like, thing. But who know me over the years, always here I say, one, I'm afraid of heights. I'm a certified electrical assistant with level 1 certification, and I hate going up to the roof and doing that gooseneck and meter thing on top there because I'm afraid of heights. So God knows I might have never passed the fire level. Secondly, I'm an asthmatic, so I have problems with breathing. Wasn't so serious when I was younger, but since I got COVID last year, up to now, I still have problems breathing. I'm on steroids and a regular Ventolin inhaler as well. So the fire service really and truly would not have worked out for me. It was just a dream that I really had, and I didn't give up on it fully because I said I have up until the age of 35 if I want to join the fire service auxiliary, and I'm only 29 going on 30. So I still have 5 years to choose if I want to at least join the auxiliary service. I have over 5 years of service, so I can take secondment and go on no pay leave for about 2 to 3 years and give it a try if I want to. So I didn't fully give up on my dreams, because the truth is, it was a dream, but it was something that I used to help motivate me, to help me become boy to man, to work on a plan, to push me. And I'm glad I did that. And that's why I'm advising the parents who watching this, visit the guidance officer with your child. In yesterday's vlog and all, you'd have heard me speak about the importance of doing couples therapy and those type of things as yourself to grow as an adult, because guidance is very important. Who else have a question? Thank you, Miss Susie. I shall continue the series. Thank you, thank you. Um, God knows exactly where He wants you to be. Yes, God knows exactly where He wants you to be. So I have 10 people on right now who's communicating with me. Who else have a question that you all want me to answer? Because the next chit chat I want to do is like my view on minimum wage and surviving in Trinidad, running a business. I was able to run about 4 businesses simultaneously as well. I want to share my experience on that as well. Who else have questions? I'm waiting for the questions to come in. We almost at the 1 hour mark, and I was like, I want to stay for about 30 minutes, eh? But come on, y'all. I know it does have a delay. What dreams do you have for the girls? The dream I have for the girls, honestly and truly, is to be a pillar for them, to be able to support them to do whatever they want to do. My dream is kind of selfish when it comes to them, in the sense of one of the things I'm going to force my girls to do is some type of trade or some kind of activity to make money that they could be able to do from home. So you always hear me talking about, if one of them want to be a doctor, they're going to have a doctor office at home. If one of them want to sew clothes, they're going to have a little shop where they live in, so they could work from home. That is one of my biggest dreams and goals for my girls and them. And when they become adults, to be able to have money to put for the down payment for their land or their house. That is what I want to do for them. Also, one of the things that I'm working on is the little small shillings that I earn from YouTube from being monetized. I actually am using that as a savings for the girls and them, because this YouTube channel is for them. So my goal is whatever money I make from the YouTube channel is for the girls and them, and the only time I'm ever to touch or spend this money from YouTube is for the down payment of a house for them, because this YouTube channel is their YouTube channel, their diary to know what was life really like for mommy and daddy, even though daddy could do most of the talking. That is my dreams for my daughters, for them to be able to look back and say, Daddy had me up there with this little bus of vest. Daddy had me with attitude. Well, Jady disrespectful, you know. Jady just be telling her, shoo, shoo, shoo. Stop talking. Oh gosh. And all you know, Julie supposed to post that extra foods grocery haul today for you. I'll post that tomorrow for you instead, since I make this live today. So who else have I just taken this last 5-10 minutes to talk with you all and reply to some of your comments. I wish my parents had done something like this. I know it would have been nice to be able to look back. And all they like, I know you all were only able to see initially from basically 2019 come forward when she was pregnant, because she wasn't in much of the videos before. But y'all, I've been posting videos on YouTube since 2014. It's so long I've been on YouTube, and I only got to my 1000 subscriber probably in 2020 or late 2019. So things take time to grow. I'm at 3000 subscribers now, but for my first 5 years on YouTube, I didn't have no subscribers. Everything is a journey, everything is a lesson, right? Everything is a journey, everything is a lesson. To those who are watching me on the TV, hi, I'm actually on the big screen. Who would have thought that I would have been on the big screen? Come on, y'all, I'm only seeing Miss Susie down there. Let me see some other comments. Let me hear a question, let me hear a comment, let me see something. Who else we have on the live? Who else we have on the live? And only lucky 12 because my battery on 26%, and I want to have my battery low, because I was about to charge my phone when I decided to make this live. Who else have a question? Don't be shy. Don't be shy. Feel free to ask a question. Be free to ask a question. You and Jacob and Nesh Vlogs, and we all are family. And don't forget, if you all want more insight on adulthood, that was the video that I did a live in yesterday. I wonder if Naraya will want to have a YouTube channel when she gets older. Honestly speaking, I think that both of them will want to have a YouTube channel, because even my little cousins and them, they want to have a YouTube channel. But let me tell you this, I don't know if all ever watch Everybody Hates Chris, like how everybody hates like Chris. You would hear Chris Rock narrating and telling the story and those type of things. I am hoping that one day when Julie gets big, she will have her own YouTube channel, and all these videos and vlogs that I have been making, she will actually be able to use that and have her own little YouTube channel to say, see that little girl running around there slapping her sister. that was me. I was a little abusive baby. Because I actually have been making a Jaylee on board series since Jaylee was born, Adventure of Jaylee. But I'm sorry that video is not for YouTube and those type of things. Those videos are for the girls, and that video actually documents our life struggle from basically Jaylee entering the world, the difficulties, the ups in life, the down in life, so they could actually get an insight and see more of the journey and behind the scenes. So we will share 70% of the things that are going on with us on the YouTube channel, and then the next 30% will actually, well, the next 30% I've been documenting it for the girls to understand things and see things more, because you will always see the nice version of it, but for the girls I've been doing the raw uncut things and showing them this is what we had, this is where we started, this is what we do, this is how we was able to get this. So that is what I've been doing for Jaylee, and you have been seeing that in the channel as well, because I don't hide it. Because I only would have seen that in Vlogmas 2020, 2021, when we did the video showing that initially was pregnant for the second time. In season 2 and season 3, a baby on board. When we purchased our car, prepping for Jaylee, all those type of things. So Jaylee have so much behind the scenes footage, because she's the younger one as well, and she will want to know, Daddy, what I used to live, what I used to do when mommy was working, how was life, what kind of bed I had when I was one. So I have been documenting all of those things for Jaylee and Naraya. Majority of it is that when I do the video, I always try to start the video with Jaylee, because Jaylee will have so much questions. Jaylee will have more questions than Naraya, because Naraya was mostly on camera for her entire life, from belly to born, from zero up until now, when Jaylee has actually hardly been on camera. Jaylee wasn't on camera much when she was pregnant, and also when she now born, she wasn't on camera until the end of season 3, because season 3 of Baby on Board actually ended when Jaylee was born. So if anybody actually watched the Baby on Board series, they know season 1 is Narayan and Nish Belly prepping, shopping, hospital visits, cares is season 1. Season 2 is when Naraya was born. Season 3 is when Naraya was 6 months old, straight up until Jaylee was born. And then season 3 ended when Jaylee was born and came home. And then we started to do the regular family vlogs and those type of things. So I didn't really had the bringing home the baby, showing the baby from small and all those things. So I did my own family videos and those type of things for Jaylee, to see that we didn't rob you of anything, or we didn't treat your sister any different from you, but what we actually did for you was actually try to give you more of a private life than how your sister was exposed and out there from a baby till now. So you actually have the choice if you want the video, the footage out there, because that was one of the things we discussed as well. Like, Naraya was just out there from the start, versus Jaylee. She needs to be able to choose if she wants to continue it, even though she in the vlogs and the family things, as I say. But Naraya basically is the face of Baby on Board. So I wanted to do something different and special for Jaylee as well. So when Jaylee gets big and she decides to release the adventure of Jaylee, it's up to her. I know Wally will be crying and laughing. They both are special, yes. Yes, they are. So you all, it's 8 minutes. I want to be off in the next 2 to 3 minutes. So whoever next question for me, come on, don't be shy. You all are still on the live with me. Feed me them questions. Feed me a question. My mouth sweating, but it's okay. I will go and eat my lunch. I know it does take a little while for you all to get catch up, because the live is be actually a little further ahead than when you viewed it by like 10-20 seconds based on your internet connection. Because the exact time when I'm saying this is 9 minutes and 23 seconds, and I don't know how long it will take for you to see it. But let me just show you. I have no comments right now, waiting on a comment to come in. Alright, I'm at the 10 minutes mark. More comments will come in later. Yes, yes. It will come in later when people actually watching it when they get home from work and thing. So tomorrow morning before I come to work, I will try to upload that grocery haul video so you all can check out our extra foods grocery haul, plenty for 20 special, and I hope you guys check it out as I'm speaking about it and see what you can pick up for the family, because we need to stretch our dollars, right? So y'all, I would like to say thank you for tuning into this live, and I will see you next week. Please God, I could do 1 or 2 videos and things as well. How is Naraya progress in daycare? Naraya progress in daycare is absolutely wonderful. She's communicating more, she's getting to interact with other children when they come. She's also getting potty training, and potty training is something that normally takes about 4 to 6 months. So we're hoping that she could be fully potty trained before September when she has to go to school. And Araya is also a pain when she's ready, but she's maturing and she's communicating much better. And we have seen lots of improvements in her behavior. The only thing, she and she's sister does be worrying. Yeah, she's talking in the vlogs. Yeah, she's talking more in the vlogs now. And in the grocery haul video, you will actually see her hair calling out the things on it. She'll be like, this is 60 and this is 20. She actually calling out the prices of things. So you will see things. How you, bro? Sorry. The view. My brother, I have been meaning to shout you out in one of my upcoming YouTube videos. I'm glad you're able to join us. Well, I'm about to end the live. The view, shout out to you, my brother. I miss seeing you in the comment section, and I was so happy when I see you started to come back. I would like to welcome you back to the channel because you are a core family member. You have been here with me from the start. You're also a fellow father. So people in comment, give my brother a round of applause, because he's one of those hardworking fathers as well, a family man, a content creator. He hasn't posted in a while, but my brother, I love you, and keep up the good work and strive to push and build your family, because family is everything, right, my brother? Family is everything, and every time I see you in the comments, I am happy to see you. You're one of our favorites. And you people who watch Baby on Board and the videos back in 2019, 2020, you hear Nish make joke and say, well, we doing a headset review, or you go across and watch the view video on that, right? This year, this is a good man. This is a trying man. And I even met somebody recently, and I was telling them that it have nothing called a good man or a good woman. Boy, I'm looking for the right woman, I'm looking for a good woman, I'm looking for a good man. No. It is a trying woman and a trying man. Once you have somebody who's willing to try, that is what matters, because nobody's perfect. Nobody's good or bad. What we need to get is trying person, somebody who's trying. Not trying your patience, but trying. And my brother, you are hardworking and trying, man. And I'm happy to call you my brother, and I have mad respect for you, bro. And one of these days, I will come down San Fernando just to look for you, because I know the last time I came down San, I was trying to message you to get in contact with you, and I was unable to. But bro, we will meet one of these days, and keep the family together. Remember, family that prays together stays together. Y'all, thanks for tuning into the live, and for those who joined late, when this live is ended, you'll be able to rewatch it. As I mentioned before, this live talk about school fights, school bullying, SEA results, and doing secondary school, and how I went from a troubled youth to the youth that you know today. Also, if you all wanted and had questions about how and why I didn't pursue my dream, and how was my career, and how I end up where I am today, the video that I actually posted yesterday will talk to you about how I went from a boy to a man and my work experience. So y'all, thanks for tuning in, and I will see you in another one. Bye. Same to you. Enjoy the weekend as well.